Hi and welcome to the channel. My name is Magnus and today is the video I didn't really want to make. I got hacked. Actually, I got owned. And I know I've been working with security for the last 15 years. So how could I be hacked? The first lesson here, everything and everyone can be hacked. It's just a matter of time and effort that you put into it. Even air-gapped systems, like the target of Stuxnet that had some stellar security, was still hacked. So it's not out of the question that a simple security guy like me get hacked. So based on this fact, you should always have a contingency plan. And if you're not aware what a contingency plan is, it's more or less the next step of a risk analysis. Meaning, you start by identifying potential risk. Let's say one, your password get leaked. And this leads to a risk of unauthorized access. And this has the possibility that someone is deleting, stealing, or manipulating data, or even fraud. And how we reduce this risk is by using unique passwords and two-factor authentication. And here's the kicker that is added if you have a continuity plan. What is your plan B? So at work or in our profession as IT security people, this is something that we should know. This is something that we should be aware of. This is something that we should use as well. But do you actually have one for your personal stuff? Do you have one for yourself? Have you actually thought about what happens if your own account gets hacked or breached for any reason? I don't know about you, but it's easy to save like your password within the web browser. Meaning, who actually remembers all the password to all the services that we now use? And we should not reuse passwords, so it's very easy to start to integrate like services. Of course, I want to sign into my LinkedIn with my Gmail account. Of course, I want this service to be connected, so I get some fancy little function. We are lazy and we want to be convenient. This is also something that websites are promoting. So when you sign in or sign up for something, they always ask you, do you want to sign in with your Facebook, your Gmail, your Hotmail, your Apple ID? And this is actually something that credential stealers such as Titan are aware of and will of course benefit from. Even if you don't use this third-party integration with like LinkedIn or Gmail, Facebook or whatever, have you actually checked your own score within your password manager? Have you actually checked in your iPhone or your Android phone? I mean, they give you warning. So they give you a warning like this password is reused, consider changing it, or this password has been known within a breach, consider changing it. And this is an easy guess password, please change it. They actually tell you quite upfront within your phone, within your web browser. But do you fix that? I haven't fixed all. So let's think about it. What happens if your Gmail account gets breached or it gets hacked for some reason? Are you using Chrome extension to save your passwords? Okay, if you do, congratulations. Now your hacker has access to all your saved password for all your services. And if you're using like Gmail to sign into other services, they now have access to that as well. Congratulations, you're now owned. So this means that the attacker now more or less have access to everything within your personal life. One thing that security professionals like to talk about is zero trust. And most people think it's about limiting access, like limiting access to resources. But the fact is, it's actually about as much or maybe even more to limit the spread, the risk if something is breached. So when you're talking about zero trust, you should also talk about assume breached. Assume that you are compromised. So how do we actually limit the risk of an account takeover? First of all, separate your work stuff from your private stuff. Don't sign up with your corporate email to private things and vice versa. Don't reuse your passwords. Especially don't reuse your corporate passwords. Don't allow personal computers within your corporate environment. Bring your own device. I more or less call it bring your own disaster. Have at least 2 personal emails. Because if you have everything to one and this one gets compromised, what do you do? Who do you contact? So have at least 2, preferably even 3. So one is for all your crap, all your membership that you sign up to. And it has no cost and it limits the risk. So this is how to mitigate risk of if something gets compromised, at least this account is not connected to everything. Also, make sure to use some sort of password manager, but think about what sort of password manager you're actually using. So you should check like, have these been breached before? How did they address this breach? How do they like improve themselves? And of course, whenever possible, use multi-factor authentication. And be careful how you actually save your break the glass codes. So when you sign up with like a 2-factor authentication, there is more or less always a possibility to download specific codes. These codes you can use to bypass the 2-factor authentication if you need to. Think about how you save these passwords. It's maybe not so smart to save them on your hard drive or in something cloud. I would recommend you to save them on paper, meaning physical. So be careful about your break the glass codes. And as always, when it comes to security, patch your shit. But when it comes to account takeover, it doesn't actually need to be your own shit that is breached. It could be some sort of service that you use that get owned. And the last thing I want to mention here, social engineering is one of the hardest and trickiest to protect against. And this is why you need to have a plan B for recovery. All right, so what happened to me? How was I hacked? I don't have all the pieces together. I'm not 100% sure as of yet. And I don't want to make false accusation on stuff that I'm not 100% sure of. And I'm not sure if I will even find out like what exactly happened. But I will say like this. My account did have 2-factor authentication. I had a recovery email, I had phone numbers, and this was not caused by an MFA fatigue attack, meaning someone is requesting you to enter your 2-factor authentication. So just before I was about to head home from work, of course this was Friday afternoon, I started to notice like emails from Google. Security alert, recovery phone has been changed. Security alert, authenticator has been deactivated. Security alert, recovery has been changed. And it was like, fuck. I didn't really know what to do. Because after this, I stopped receiving emails because everything was changed. And here is like the panic. What do I do? Who is it? And how do I stop this? So first of all, of course I tried to log into Google and then I was prompted like, your password was changed 1 hour ago. Because I did not actually see this live. I don't have like notifications on all my emails. Maybe I should have, but I don't. And this means that the attacker had 1 hour advantage minimum. Remember what I did say in a previous video. Normally for corporation, and not account takeovers and so on, it takes about 180 days to actually notice a breach. So the second thing I started to do was like, okay, password recovery, I can do this, like. And when you do like, I forgot my password, I want to reset my password, Google start to prompt you for different like options, like we will send you a backup code to your email. Yeah, this was changed. We will send it to your phone number. Yeah, this was also changed. And here it was really like, fuck, I'm screwed. I cannot do anything. And after like 1 hour, then I started to think like, okay, what is my account actually connected to? How much damage can this cause? Do I have a continuity plan? Do I know what to do? And no, I didn't have a continuity plan. I thought that the MFA was good enough. I did have multiple emails, so I know that everything was not affected. And then I like, okay, Google. I use Chrome extension to save my passwords. It was like, how can I be this stupid? So it was really like, you don't think rational. You think like, okay, my life is destroyed. It's like, oh. And having said that, I have been working with security for the last 15 years. So I mean, I talk with customers on a regular basis that has been breached. But when it is yourself, your own stuff, it's a different ballgame. You get stressed, if I say like this. You get panic. You can say whatever you want, but when it's your own stuff, it affects you in a different way. And it's important to try to remain calm, and it's important to think about what should I do. So the continuity plan is good to have, if I say like this. So I started to doubt myself, like, do I have MFA for my accounts? What important accounts do I have? Where do I still have access? I started to log into stuff, and I started to change passwords. And I started to verify, like, yeah, my MFA is turned on. And I turned on MFA for all the services I didn't actually care about. Because we always have like services that we sign up for that is like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I turned on for them as well. So everywhere I could, I changed my password, I turned MFA, and I did one more thing. And this is important. Wherever I could, I pressed log out of all my devices. Because if you don't do this, it's not sure that your account is actually logged out. And if the attacker then has access to, let's say, your computer, maybe your computer is logged into everything. So when you do change all your passwords, you turn on MFA. If there is a possibility to sign out all your devices, make sure to do that. So after I have done all of this, like changed my most important stuff, then I had like an idea of the impact, like how much is actually affected. So the next thing I did do is to start to reach out to people that I know is good on this. So I asked for assistance, because try to read Google support or Hotmail support or whatever email service that you're using, like how account recovery works. More or less the last step in this support page is like, have you considered creating another account? Like, okay. So yeah, it was like fun. I'm screwed. Like, my Gmail is connected to my YouTube here. Like, I have worked really hard to get where I'm at with this YouTube channel. I don't want to just create a new one and start from scratch. So, and at this time, let's say it's like 2 hours after I noticed the breach now. Then I start to get messages from subscribers like, your YouTube is sending me to a different channel. Your content has changed to like Bitcoin and all sort of stuff. Something was wrong. So then I didn't know, they don't only have access to my Gmail, they have access to my YouTube channel. and they started to delete stuff. So the banners, the logos, everything was changed and I had no access. Thankfully, I still had access to my LinkedIn, corporate account, etc. So I could still reach out to people, and I managed to get hold of a person. And I'm not going to name who it was here, but you know who it is, so thank you. And I must say, I must give extra credit to this person, because I told him, like, I'm hacked. Please help me. I don't know what to do. And he started to ask like strange questions to me, like, yeah, but come on, help me now. And then I just realized, like, social engineering. Of course, if someone is hacking my account to try to reach out to all my contacts and try to like get access or get stuff from them as well. So thankfully here, when I understood this, I just say like, here's my phone number. You will recognize my voice. Please call me. So he called me up, and then we had done the like verification. Who is actually talking to who? Because social engineering is powerful, really powerful, and especially when it's someone you know, someone you care about. So having a large social network like my YouTube, my LinkedIn, or so with security people, we managed to get hold of one on Google for assisting creating an internal case at Google for more or less blocking the accounts and to help with their account recovery. And it turns out, in retrospect, I just want to say this: if you're using a device that is often logged into your services, you get prompted different method of account recovery. So if I would been using a different computer, I would have gotten different type of account recovery possibilities. And one of the things that you get when it comes to Google is that you're able to put in like a different email, like a contact email, and they will send you a form where you can fill in all the stuff that you know about this account, and then they will actually help you to do this account recovery. This is something that I didn't know. This is something that is hidden well within the support pages. So it is possible to do this without knowing someone at Google, but it's not super easy. I'm also using my Gmail professionally. More or less, I have a YouTube account, and then I'm in the YouTube partner program, and this means that I have an AdSense account. So here I created tickets for like suspected fraud, because I actually got emails saying, thank you for starting this campaign. It will start soon. So by doing this to AdSense and YouTube, the accounts got suspended or terminated or whatever, but it was shut down. So at this time, I had no access to Gmail. My YouTube account was terminated, and my AdSense account was suspended. Yeah. And the next part then. Do I use like home optimization? Yes, I do. Is this from Google? Yes, they are. So I have like a Google Nest Hub, security camera, Comcast, Nest Wi-Fi, and all those Google stuff at home. So nothing at home worked. So I disconnected everything and went back to the Stone Age. I mean, I couldn't use like, hey, whatever, turn on the lights, or I couldn't do a lot, frankly. So talk about being screwed or owned or whatever you call it, but I disconnect everything. At this time, I also decided like, yeah, I will go out to LinkedIn and say like, I have been hacked, and that's why my YouTube channel is different. It's incorrect. Would I have done this if I didn't have a YouTube channel? Most likely not. And this is because an event like this it could affect my professional career in a negative way. I mean, how can a security architect be hacked itself? So I want to point back to everything and everyone can be hacked if given enough time and enough motive or resources to do this. And more or less directly after I posted like my Gmail has been hacked, my YouTube has been hacked, there was a bunch of bots saying like, yeah, this happened to me. Please contact this person. He can help you. And this is social engineering once again, because they ask you for a lot of personal stuff to more or less screw you over again. But you shouldn't trust this. You shouldn't use this. Thankfully, a lot of people reached out to me, offered like support and some assistance. But it's hard when it comes to like a company like Google or Apple. But at least it shows like that the security people, we have some sort of community and like we want to help each other. So it felt good. So what is the current status and the plan going forward? So I got my Gmail back after about 1 day. So thank you. My YouTube account was I got back after 3 days. I needed to create a separate case to the YouTube partner program where you need to add a bunch of stuff so they know it's you. And my home automation is factory reset on everything, so I need to configure it again. I haven't done that. I'm going to install or reinstall my PC, but before that I needed to wait for some hardware, so I bought the 18 terabyte drive for saving all my YouTube stuff. Yes, I actually need 18 terabytes for my YouTube stuff, because even if I don't upload in super high quality, I try to record in super high quality because I think it's fun. I have ordered a YubiKey, more or less a hardware token for multi-factor authentication. I have ordered a new laptop. So I have done a lot of things. And my recovery codes for my MFAs, they're written down on physical paper and saved in a safe place. So that's good. How did I actually get infected by malware? I don't fully know, and I don't have proof for it. So this is nothing that I will take up in this video. But that's the reason why I'm reinstalling a bunch of stuff. That's the reason why I put some recovery codes on physical paper. And then you can take it by that. So thank you for watching this quite long video, and I hope it was helpful for someone. And thank you for all the support. And I will try to post more videos, but it will take some time for me to get my labs and my stuff back on track again. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.